Hello and welcome to KEF International Airport, Iceland's main hub. Today I will be flying on Icelandair for an over 6-hour flight to Baltimore on one of their Boeing 737 MAX 9s. Keflavik Airport is located about 45 minutes south of Reykjavik, the capital and major city, and is quite easy to get to, both by car and by public bus. I had just spent about 2 days in Iceland on Icelandair's stopover program, which allows passengers the opportunity to connect through Iceland and take up to 7 days to explore the island for extra charge ticket. This program boosts Icelandair's tourism industry as it allows people to take advantage of a couple days in Iceland before or after their European trip. I highly recommend taking advantage of this if you are ever flying through Keflavik, as Iceland was wonderful and absolutely a place that I would go back to in a heartbeat. Check-in was incredibly fast and didn't even involve dealing with a baggage agent, since both the kiosks to print the bag tags and the place to drop off the bag were automated. All you had to do is scan the printed bag tag and the machine would automatically take your bag. It was an incredibly painless process that took maybe a minute. Once my bag was dropped off, I made my way to security. I did get lost for a second as I didn't realize that I needed to go upstairs to clear security. There was absolutely no line for security, and I cleared that within less than 5 minutes. Then the customary path through duty free before I ended up in Keflavik's central airside area. This area was where almost all the food options were. I would highly recommend getting something to eat here, since Icelandair doesn't offer complimentary meals in economy class. For all flights to the US, you have to clear customs before making your way to the international gates, which are located on the lower level of the terminal. My gate for this flight to Baltimore was D35. We were soon called to board, and Icelandair's chaotic boarding process began, where everyone just lines up all at once and makes their way onto the aircraft as a big crowd. This boarding process is so unbelievably inefficient and takes twice as long as it needs to. After getting through the line, I made my way up the stairs to board this 3-year-old 737 MAX 9, registered as Tango, Foxtrot, India, Charlie, Delta.
Before taking your seat, we kindly ask you to step out of the aisle and let the passenger behind you pass. Please put larger items in overhead compartments and handbag, laptops or coats under the seat in front of you. Thank you for your cooperation and for securing on-time departure.
Icelandair configures their MAX 9s with 178 seats, with 16 in Saga Business Class arrayed in a 2-2 configuration and 162 in economy arrayed in a 3-3 configuration. I made my way to my seat, where I was greeted with a small pillow. The seat was very well padded and had a fully adjustable headrest. The legroom was great, and just for reference, I'm 5'11". The seat back in front of you has a large IFE screen, which also has a USB port and headphone jack, and an adjustable tray table. We pushed back right on time and made our way to Keflavik's runway 28.
Rest and tray tables in Mobile phones and any other electrical devices must be turned off or set to flight mode. Please study the safety instruction card placed in the seat pocket in front of you. This Boeing 737 aircraft has 8 emergency exits. Forward-facing exits bring into the evacuation sites, and overwing exits with escape paths. Passengers seated by an overwing exit must be willing and
About an hour into the flight, the crew came around with drink service. Icelandair offers free non-alcoholic drinks on all of its flights, but not complimentary food or snacks. It does offer an extensive pre-order and buy on board menu, and I had pre-ordered their 3-course hot meal weeks before the flight for $20 US. It consisted of a mozzarella salad, lasagna, and tiramisu. I also got a can of Pepsi as my complimentary beverage. The mozzarella salad and tiramisu were delicious, but the lasagna was completely inedible. It was plasticky and gross, and I didn't eat more than a couple bites of it, which was disappointing because the other parts of this meal were really good, and even a decent lasagna would have made this a really good airplane meal. A couple of my family members did get Iceland's signature 3-course Icelandic meal, which included fish and Icelandic lamb, which they said was really good, so I guess just this meal was terrible. Icelandair's IFE system is fast and modern and has an OK flight map, which isn't adjustable and just cycles through the different map views. There's an OK selection of movies and TV shows, though nothing special. The bathroom on board was clean and modern and remained clean throughout the duration of the flight, which I will give the crew props for. The scenery on this flight was gorgeous, especially after we crossed into northern Canada. Unfortunately, Greenland was covered in clouds, but this flight would be a perfect opportunity to see the island as we flew directly over it. About an hour before landing, the crew came through again offering more drinks, and I went for another Pepsi. Iceland's unique location allows for Icelandair to be able to use small narrow bodies on all of their flights, except for a few major flights to major cities like New York's JFK and Boston Logan, which the Icelandair's 767s, which helps them fill their planes and keep costs down. It also allows them to send their planes to smaller international markets like Baltimore, Halifax, Raleigh, and Pittsburgh, while still making money and allowing customers in those airports to fly directly to Europe without connecting through a major hub like Charlotte, Chicago, or New York. Iceland's position is also such that it actually takes longer to fly to Orlando than it does to fly to Seattle, since Iceland is so far north, and it allows Icelandair to reach pretty much all areas of the United States with narrow-body airplanes like the 737, which only have a range of about 6 hours or so. Icelandair is a wonderful airline and is a great and cost-effective way to get between Europe and the US, sacrificing too much comfort or entertainment. It has definitely found a niche as a hybrid carrier, not nearly as full service as a legacy carrier, but far better than flying a low-cost carrier that wouldn't offer any sort of in-flight entertainment and have really bare-bones seats. The seats are comfortable and remain so even on 6-hour flights, which is about how long the average Icelandair flight to or from the US is. There's enough stuff to watch to keep you entertained, and if the lack of complimentary food doesn't bother you, Icelandair is one of the best ways to get across the Atlantic on a budget. We made our way down from the north before turning west and doing a 180 to line up for our approach and landing onto BWI's runway 10. were soon at our gate and off the plane, where I quickly cleared customs and was landside within a matter of minutes. Baggage claim did take a while, as it always seems to at BWI, and about 25 minutes after deplaning, I was on my way home. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I see you all in my next trip report.